Up guys, what's up? Welcome once again to another video. Thanks as always guys for tuning in. And as always, let me take this opportunity to let you guys know how appreciative I am for you to take time out of your busy schedule to join me in another video. Alright. And also to just remember please to like the video, share the video, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Hit that notification bell and comment guys, comment. We really appreciate the comments and for liking and sharing. It helps channel to get a good review and all that good stuff, right? So please do so. And also if you're if you have been watching any of our videos, whether it's on and off or whatever, please to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and hit the notification bell so when we drop another video, you'll be one of the first to get notified. All right. Okay, so guys, as you're seeing on your screen, it's a little data update. So the latest data on major crimes published by the Jamaica Constabulary Force show that the first 70 days up to March 11 this year, 233 people were murdered. That's 54 fewer homicides, or 19% less than the number recorded for the corresponding period in 2022. St. James recorded the most murders with 36, but that number is 15 fewer than the 51 recorded over the similar period last year. The Kingston Western Division recorded 22 murders for the period, up from 21 last year. Clarendon has seen a 91% increase in homicides, with 21 people killed, up from 11 last year. And that's really that's really crazy. Clarendon, it seems as if Clarendon has gotten jealous of from what they're seeing in other areas. So meanwhile, South St. Catherine and Westmore Murderland, I'm gonna have to change the name of Westmoreland now, people. So the name is no longer Westmoreland, it's Westmore Murderland. They recorded 19 and 18 murders respectively. There has been only one recorded homicide in Portland since the start of the year, compared to 3 over the first 70 days of last year. And as usual, Portland hasn't been going on that bad, and I hope they keep it up and let us see a zero murder, maybe for the next year, because it's already gone, and keep it down, Portland. All right. And which leads to a SOE, right? State of public emergency declared in the parish of Clarendon and St. James, and rightfully so. The two leading parishes right now. So SOE has been declared for the entire geographical areas in the parish of Clarendon and St. James. The government, acting in accordance with the Constitution of Jamaica, petitioned the Governor General, His Excellency Sir Patrick Allen, on the advice of the Commissioner of Police and the Chief of Defence Staff, to declare a state of emergency for the two parishes for an initial period of 14 days beginning midnight on March 14, 2023. That was last night. In declaring the areas under SOE, the proclamation states that action has been taken or is immediately threatened by persons or bodies of persons of such a nature and on so extensive a scale as to be likely to endanger the public safety of the communities in the areas specified. The parishes of St. James and Clarendon remain of particular concern for outbreaks of gang violence. In acknowledging the declaration, Prime Minister the Most Honourable Andrew Ones said, "Organised gangs remain a threat in these parishes. Although there has been some successes in reducing murders through strategic and tactical security operations, more needs to be done. As we acknowledge this, the government will continue to use all tools at our disposal to protect the lives of our citizens of Jamaica and dismantle the threat to law and order. The declaration of state of public emergency will allow the security forces to carry out targeted operations to disrupt and dismantle criminal gangs and their networks and prevent the occurrence of serious crimes. The government is assuring the public and all stakeholders that the safety and security of all Jamaicans remain its top priority. All citizens are urged to cooperate with the security forces as they work to stop criminal activities. And guys, before I even move on, I have to say something here about these. Um, you know, we have seen where gangs have been, growing more and more, in our country. Like, I don't know, boy, but it's been crazy. Every area you go to nowadays, there are so many gangs. And some areas, you might have a small area, and each lane, each little lane has their own gangs. And we see what happens sometimes when they go against each other. So, and then we see where the government that came out with some new laws to try and stem the crime. But it seems as if these guys, they don't even care, because if they're caught with a gun, it's more it's more sentence on what they used to get. So it's like they don't care. So, boy, I don't know, but this might sound that way to some people, but the only thing I can say right now is, who can hear must feel. And if these guys think they don't care what they do, and go around shooting people, all I can say is the security forces just deal with them the same way as they're dealing with other people, or each other, because they don't care about nobody's lives, not even their own. So just get rid of them and done. And as I said, it might sound away to some people, but that's the only thing I can see right now. And the targeted operations. And once again, we have seen where what they call them, the people that fight against police shootings and stuff like that. We have seen where they put out a statement the other day that they are seeing too many fatalities after police targeted operations. No, that is something questionable for any organization to say. When you look at the crime going on in the country, and the murders, not just the crime, just the murders that is going on in the country, that these guys go around and they might be targeting one person, and by the time they finish shooting and leave, you have 4, 5, 6 fatalities, right? So when the police officers go out and on their targeted operations, and these guys start firing at the police, what are they supposed to do? Just lay down and let these guys shoot them or run? No, we need to have some form of law and order in the country. Then again, with the taxi men, and it's a whole thing, guys. And Jamaica has been gotten so lawless, it's not even funny. And some people that you see and hear saying some things, you don't expect that to be coming from people that say they are law-abiding citizens. You know what I mean? They curse the prime minister for every single thing. They curse the government for everything. So there has to be some law and order. So the law enforcement officers need to do their jobs, without any interference from any organization. So that's just about it. Anyway, guys, moving along. So we have seen where the police and the teachers were demonstrating, right? And we can say with the firefighters, guys, it's This one is a one-man protesting team. If I should call him a team. So just look at this video, guys, and then we'll talk.
Why you chop this up?
Okay, guys. So this firefighter, this man that you're looking at on your screen, that's the same person that you saw up on that high-rise thing there, and he was protesting on top of the halfway tree transport center, right? And he was suspended right before. So and as I said, he's a one-man protesting team. So firefighter Sergeant Leo Bennett stating his one-man protest atop the halfway tree transport center. Right, so just listen to this, guys. A firefighter who was suspended for an earlier act of protest against his employer, the Jamaica Fire Brigade, is at it again on Tuesday in a more dramatic manner, placing himself atop the imposing halfway tree transport center in St. Andrew. Sergeant Leo Bennett, who has been standing on the arc which spans the roof of the transport center, told reporters that he is again demanding urgent attention to the welfare needs of firefighters, additional gear, a 3-shift system, and the provision of health care. Sergeant Bennett has been atop of the job since last May, when he was suspended for breaching the fire brigade's regulations. He is awaiting a hearing consequent on that earlier protest. You know, and to be honest with you guys, I have to applaud this man for his actions, right? Because you know, I guess nobody else decided to join him in his protest, so he decided to take it on his own. You know, and I hope he gets what he's protesting for, because we can hear, you know, he's not protesting for himself. He's protesting for the whole you know, his co-workers, the whole firefighters, you know. And there, you know, one person can't fight a war, guys. That's the first thing. And you know, that is, if I should advise this man, that is one thing I would tell him. One man can't fight a war, you know. But it's unfortunate that he started it and nobody else, you know, saw it fit to join him in his protest. You know, so we have to give him an applaud for that still, you know. And let's hope the bigger heads look at it and you know, do something about what he's protesting about, right? But you know, initially he was later, you know, he was later coaxed, you know, from getting down from off that high-rise at the transport center, right? So emergency responders were successful in coaxing him to end his one-man protest for improved working conditions for firefighters, right? He came down independently after the intervention of psychiatrist Senator Dr. Sophia Longmore. During his protest, Bennett again criticized the local government ministry and the leadership of the Jamaica Fire Brigade for not taking seriously the safety and welfare of the firefighters. Mr. Bennett has been off the job since May last year, after staging a similar protest in the vicinity of the Jamaica Fire Brigade headquarters in Kingston. The brigade said he breached regulations. He told Radio Jamaica News today that there will be a hearing shortly. He also appealed for the lifting of the suspension on 6 firefighters who joined in the protest last year. Oh, well, there I got it wrong there. So he was actually joined by 6 other firefighters, right? But, you know, General Secretary of the Jamaica Association of Local Government Officers, Eileen Davis White, says some of the 6 firefighters are being represented by Jalgo. So you know, this is unfortunate though, guys, because if you're working, you know, doing a job like that, which is so dangerous, you know, and you're seeing that you don't have enough, equipment, facilities, whatever it is. They shouldn't even have to protest to get what they need. Because it's for the good of the work, and to keep everybody safe, right? So let's hope they get what they need, guys. And you know, as I said, it's quite unfortunate. So let's watch this one, guys, and see, and see what's the outcome after this. All right. So yes. Okay. So the next story, guys, that I have for you, it's really quite an unfortunate one. As you see that little toddler on the screen there, guys, it's quite unfortunate that I have to report that this little fellow here has lost his life, in a deadly dispute. Boy, it's over there in Chilani. So an alleged dispute between two cousins on Friday is being labeled as the cause of the shooting death of a 2-year-old boy on Sunday in Chilani. The deceased child has been identified as Adrian Campbell, affectionately called Chubby. Campbell would have turned 3 years old on Friday. The alleged perpetrator, who police believed was trying to go into hiding after committing the crime, was nabbed by lawmen during a stop-and-search operation. Detectives were last evening still gathering evidence as they prepared to lay charges against the accused. According to Deputy Superintendent DSP Winston Milton, officer in charge of the Trelawney Division, police received a call about 8 p.m. and responded to a shooting in Mackhill District, Clarkstown, in the parish. Our response was multifaceted in that we had one unit proceeding directly to the scene of the crime, while another unit was involved in a stop-and-search operation on a critical corridor leading from the scene of the crime. According to DSP Milton, investigations so far have revealed that two male cousins were embroiled in a conflict. One of the men left the scene and returned with a firearm, which was used to open fire at his cousin, who was seated in an under motor car. Milton further reported that the bullets missed the intended target and hit Campbell, the 2-year-old boy, who was seated in the rear of the car. The boy was rushed to the Falmouth General Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. On Monday, founder of the Children's Cry, Betty Ann Blaine, condemned the incident and expressed sorrow over what she referred to as Jamaica being fed on a steady diet of child abuse and murders, with children as the victims. Right? This case is very distressing, and certainly I send condolences to family and loved ones. This is another very alarming and disheartening case, and there are too many of them in this country. Week after week, month after month, you hear about vulnerabilities of children and the levels of abuse and murders. And we are angry. Are we prepared as Jamaicans to unite and do something about this? It can't be that this is the new norm. Children for a long time have been what people call collateral damage. And as I've said many times, guys, this can't be allowed to go on. Children have been fatally killed because they are in certain places. Sometimes they are walking and they get shot and killed. Sometimes they are even in their yards and the criminals come after the adults and the children are there. Children are everywhere. Oftentimes they are killed not as direct targets but as collateral damage. And it is unacceptable. And this shouldn't be the new norm, guys, for real. This can never be the new norm. Children should be safe, especially in their own homes. Right? Residents of Mackhill were on Sunday night up in arms about the situation. And we can see where Trelawney continues to grapple in domestic violence. So this guy that they are looking at here on your screen, he's Chauvel Gallimore, and he's the young boy Campbell's Oh, sorry guys. Ricardo Brown, and he's the father who had the dispute with the suspect. And Chevelle Gallimore, Campbell's mother, who is said to be in an advanced stage of pregnancy, had to be admitted in hospital after learning of her son's killing. Right? The disagreement came about because the would-be killer slapped Brown's pregnant spouse in the face. Oh boy. On Sunday, Brown came under gunfire while he was taking Adrian to purchase ice cream. In a bid to escape the fire, the frightened Brown sped off from the scene, oblivious of that the child was armed. Boy, I'm telling you guys, this is crazy. So on Sunday, residents who milled around the area where the car was still parked following the shooting recounted that the child's mother rushed to the motor vehicle while shouting that her son was inside the car. When she opened the door and saw the boy drenched in blood, she collapsed, residents claimed. Brown, whose face was contorted with grief, spoke of his ordeal in between sobs. And you know, guys, it was really heartbreaking to see, you know, that grown man talking and crying like that, guys. And you know, it's as I've always said, it's always sad, you know, when our nation's most vulnerable, you know, gets killed like that. Anyway at all, they get killed. It doesn't matter how, you know. But to be killed by a stupid, ignorant, I don't even know the adjectives to call him, you know. The youth run from up there, so, and start firing gunshots into my car, and then me drive off. When me reach up there, so, me find out, say, the baby get shot, he said, as tears ran down his cheeks. Friday, he hit my baby mother in her face and I retaliated, he explained. The suspect's mother expressed that she was upset as a result of her son's alleged actions. I don't eat anything since Sunday night. If me did catch him, I would use my machete to slap him, the distressed mother said while wailing. I am tired to talk to him and tell him to get something to do. He's in one bad company, she lamented. Another family member, Maureen Gooden, bewailed the child's death. They are closely related. He shot at Ricky for nothing at all. There are two sisters beating them. Just one family, Gooden said, staring into space. One man who was among a gathering at a shop condemned the killing and said, that boy not supposed to live to come back on the road, he ruled. Another man chimed in, when me see the little pitney, me feel it. Cold sweater wash me. May I imagine how the father feel when him here. It's not my child and me feel it, so. Them idle boy I must leave the community. One resident who accompanied the bleeding baby to the hospital reported that the baby bled profusely and was fighting to catch breath in my hands all the way to the hospital. When we took him from the car at the Falmouth Hospital, blood had run out of him like pipe bursts, he recalled. Boy, I'm telling you guys, this is so sad it's not even funny, you know. You know, and I hope the police catch this guy, you know, quick and fast, guys. You know. And, you know, I can imagine that a lot of these same family members that are talking now, they knew that this guy was up to no good, right? And, you know, people have been asking them, you know, pleading to them to give up the criminals, and all of them keep their mouth shut, right? And now he end up killing a baby. Anyway, guys, the final story that I have for you guys, you know, it's another, you know, it's another sad one, guys. So this man that you're looking at on your screen, he was operating a taxi. He was a taxi operator when he lost his life. And this is another of the Westmore murderland, you know. Why I don't even know. Westmoreland need to move out of Jamaica and put somewhere in a desert or somewhere by themselves, boy, I tell you. The taxi operator and a female passenger who were shot dead in Robbins River, Westmoreland on Monday were killed by a gunman posing as the passenger, according to the police report. The deceased have been identified as 37-year-old Yukal Twin Dyer, or Dwyer, of Newarks and 53-year-old Patricia Pat Stewart, a farmer of Bog District in the parish. So he and 53-year-old Patricia Stewart, otherwise called Pat, right? Dwyer is said to have been a witness in a case that is ongoing in the Westmoreland Circuit Court, where his twin brother was shot dead in May 2020, and he was shot and injured. Reports are that from the police are that Dwyer, who operated a black Toyota Wish motor car, was traveling along the Robbins River main road, en route to White House and Stewart, as a passenger in the front seat and a male passenger in the rear seat. Dwyer is said to have stopped along the Robbins River main road to set down the male passenger. In other words, him stopped to let off the male passenger. It is alleged that the male passenger then brandished a handgun and opened fire, hitting Dwyer and Stewart multiple times. And this is what I talk about, guys. When these guys, they have a target that they want to shoot, but when they finish, they end up shooting anybody else that is in the surrounding area, because number one, they can't shoot. Number two, they are so nervous, they want to just shoot and just run. So they end up shooting, anybody around. Dwyer reportedly lost control of the vehicle, which careened off the road and ran into a yard where it collided with a palm tree. The police were alerted and on their arrival found both victims slumped over the gear and handbrake levers of the car. Both victims were assisted to the Savannah Mar Public General Hospital, where they were pronounced dead. Right, so he wanted to kill one person and he ended up killing two. Right, and it's so unfortunate, guys, because this guy that, if you realize the name Twin, that's his alias, you call Twin Dwyer, because the killing that he witnessed was of his twin brother. Because whoever, I don't know if this is the same person or whoever went in the initial stage where they shot his brother, they were in a house where, both of them were in the house where they lived, and the person came in, started shooting, didn't know that Yukal was in the house, until after he went out and heard sounds coming from the house and started shooting again inside the house from outside. Yukal ran, but he got shot, but fortunately he lived to tell the tales, as he was doing in court, before he got killed. So we just want to say condolences. Both twins are gone now, guys, which is so sad. So we just want to say condolences to family, friends, loved ones, and wish them all the best, because we all know this is not an easy thing to swallow right now. One got killed first, then the other one followed. So we hope the case that is before the court, they still have evidence and all of that to convict the person that was on trial. And we hope the police catches this other one, old criminal that did the last killing, right? So that is that, guys, and we'll be watching out to see the ending of this, this incident here. So, guys, thanks again for tuning in. I've gone beyond my time that I wanted to. So please remember, guys, to like the video, share the video, subscribe if you haven't already done so, hit that notification bell, and comment, guys. Comment and let us know what you think about the video. All right, and thanks again for tuning in. It's greatly appreciated. Blessed love. Bye.